developing worlds on the um, the students from various different countries that they followed and followed their education and what they did for it. And I thought it was really, really interesting because they followed one girl from Afghanistan that she literally had to fight for her life to go to school because the Taliban was taking over and they didn't want women to be educated. And then it was interesting with the vast difference between the kid from Japan that he was very, very privileged, and they were so strict with what they did in their schools. And he showed the one kid got a 96 on his test, and the teacher told him to go back because it wasn't good enough yet. And their graduation system and process was very, very it was just very interesting because it was such an honor to go on to the next level. And then it showed a little boy from Brazil that he lived in the slums of Brazil, and it was interesting that the problem with him was he had to fight for his life also because there was lots of shootings around and problems with the drug cartels and things like that in Brazil. And then it followed another girl in India. She was about, I can't remember her age, but she also had a lot of issues gaining her education because she had to stay home with her family, and she had to do a lot of chores all day long and make sure that they were done, and she eventually had to drop out because she had fell behind and she couldn't go to night school anymore because all the kids ended up going to day school, so she had to stay home with her family, and she probably won't be able to gain an education further. So, and then there's the girl. I thought it was very interesting because the girl from Afghanistan, because she had such strong desire for education. That was all she wanted in the world, was to do something that was great. And it was just hard for her. It's really, really sad because she went to school and then she had to come home and work for hours doing chores and working with her family. She just never really got a break. And with the kid in Japan, he had everything handed to him. He had absolutely no trials, and the mom discussed for a little bit about how she thinks that he has an idea, like mentally, about what was going on in the other worlds and how they had issues with their education, but he didn't really know emotionally what was going on. So that was pretty interesting to learn about too. And it was just, to me, really sad how these kids in like Afghanistan and India and stuff, they want so badly these things. They want to be teachers and architects and all these kinds of things, but they just can't because of the way that their country is ran and the issues that are in it. And it's just really sad, especially in Afghanistan, how their lives are at stake. They have to hide and they have to run in order to go to school, and it has to be in a secluded place where the Taliban can't find out, or else they could get seriously hurt. It's the same thing in Brazil with the drugs and the shootings, things that could happen. The mom of the kid, Jefferson, in Brazil, talked about how she had to keep her kids inside because it was so dangerous to be outside with all the shootings that were going on. And it just made me really grateful to be in America, where we have pretty much everything handed to us for free. We do have to work pretty hard to get into college and work in college and to get out of college to get a good job. And it just, I don't know, I'm grateful to be living in a free country where we can pretty much do whatever we want as long as we work hard to get there. And that we were really privileged to be here. And I don't know, I think I'm very grateful to be in college right now and to be able to receive an education that's fairly cheap. It's really cheap. And yeah, that is my insights and reactions from this video.